Welcome everybody, I'm Burner. This is The Walking Dead Road to Survival, and we have a new event and collection going on now. We've sort of been waiting for a Christmas event, and it looks like it's upon us right here. The Winter Collection. Claim an epic recruit, every winter token open. That sounds very promising. Complete this collection with 10 candy canes and looks like 10,000 ornaments, limit of 20. Then head to token section of recruits and rewards for a chance at new epic lorry and more. Before we go get details, I'm gonna have to rag on Scopely and their graphic design here. Like, somebody really needed to approve this text overlay on this graphic. It's a little atrocious over there, and an easy fix if we just bump that over to the right slightly. Details, baby. Details. Brilliance in the basics, and the details matter. All right, let's go grab some details ourselves. Here we see the collection. You can see I've already ran through the roadmap, and if you do that, you can easily get 10 candy canes and an ornament. And we see down here, trade in winter items for winter token. Use winter tokens in the token section of recruits and rewards. Limit of 20. I have researched this a bit before jumping in. I'm not going to claim these now because I just want to talk about the basics. The limit of 20 is a little misleading until you know all the details. It makes you think I can potentially get 25 stars, and that is far from the truth. Let's go ahead and jump over to tokens and recruits and rewards, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Here we are in the winter collection, and if you look down here at the bottom, you can see that you have to actually have 10 tokens to do a pull. So that is sort of the catch. So potentially you can get a maximum of 2 of these epics, but I think you're gonna have to work for that second one. Let's take a look at our characters. We have a new lorry available. Adrenaline rush, invigorate, recharge rate of 76. All teammates regain up to 45% of max HP and recover from attack and defense penalties. All other teammates get 20% of max AP. Leader skill, all melee teammates get 45% HP. It's a big HP bump. It can really make a difference in what sort of attacks you can withstand. She's pretty quality. Yes, there are better leaders out there, but there are also some worse ones. The adrenaline rush, I'm going both ways on it. The AP boost is nice, but it's 76. She's probably going to help you get your second adrenaline rush off as opposed to getting your first. If you're, relying on this to give you a boost, it's probably not going to work out too well for you. If you're running, and there's so many characters, not just fives, but even ultra rares, that can get their AR off before her, that she's not going to improve your team too much. I keep saying it. At the end of the day, raids are about doing the most damage the quickest. And things that help you progress your team are things that increase your damage per turn. And so I don't know that you would necessarily do that. And that's sort of a downside, but she's a quality character. I can see her definitely fitting into a lot of teams, unless you're at the top. If you have a lot of good quality premier tunes, then yeah, she's probably not going to do much for you. But the vast majority of players are probably below that. Next up, it looks like we have Richard. If you don't know him, adrenaline rush, sweeping attack, a recharge rate of 45. Like I said, there's plenty of them out there. Deals 250 damage and minus 30 defense for 3 turns to one enemy and all adjacent. And leader skill, all tough, get 30%, and he's a medium drop leader. His adrenaline rush is really solid. It's fast. It attacks all. Doing a debuff on defense for 3 turns is very nice. And he's going off at 45, so potentially you can have him keeping that non-stop if it's going past 3 turns after it goes off. Pretty quality. Next we have Red Shane, it looks like. Yep. Adrenaline Rush, Break the Lines, again, another 45. Deal 475 to 1. All teammates get 45% attack for 2 turns. All teammates get 30% attack against strong, and also another medium drop. You know, a little bit limited here with this leader skill against specific enemies, but it could be a way to build a team specifically to take down strong. So it does have its place. The plus 45 attack buff is really nice. That can make a good difference in the amount of punching. Again, the most damage the fastest, so I can see how he could help you a bit. And then looks like Morgan. I think this is the healing Morgan. Yeah, Adrenaline Rush, Robust Heal, recharge rate of 56. All teammates regain 40% of max HP and get 70% defense for 3 turns. And I don't think I need to say it. 70% defense is a chunk of defense and can, again, really change what sort of attacks you can take and survive. Leader skill, all melee get a large bonus to AP when taking damage, and again another medium. So that's interesting. The new lore is the only non-medium dropper here, and with the tunes that aren't lore, we saw one that is doing a attack buff, one that is doing a deep defense buff, and so a good little mix there. And then one that did a minus defense to enemy. So nice little differences. I would probably say Morgan is probably the odd man out or low man on the totem pole here. The other one's probably a little bit more desirable. I don't know if Lori is the more desirable of the group, just because, like I said, I'm not sure that her AR is really helping you win, whereas Richard's defense drop against the enemy will definitely help you do more damage, and Shane's plus attack will help you do more damage. So in the sense of winning raids, I think they will probably do more help for you. There's a lot of I think I've said it before. I'll go ahead and address it again. I've seen a lot of complaint in a short amount of time on these tunes that why are we just doing medium drop leaders, and some of these are going to be duplicates. Not everybody has your OP team is one thing I want to say. Just try to remember there's a lot more people out there. If you have better tunes than this, it's probably because you've been playing for a while, and probably because you do a lot of pulls, and whether that's by spending money or coming up with coins through offers, you've had more opportunities, you have more, and that's just going to be how it is. You're a better team. Most offers are going to be not so great for you because of how good your team is. And let me say it, Scopely is not going to put premier tunes as giveaways. They're just not going to do it. And the reason is because so many people aren't at the top level, meaning that they can help the greater amount of people with these small ones and only sort of irritate this minority at the top. And I don't see us getting anything that we'll consider too premier until it's really not. And then we might see some characters like that. But anyway, I think the event is solid. I do wish maybe you got more opportunities for pulls here. This is going to be my suggestion. I think if you use regular gameplay, everybody is going to get guaranteed a single token pull here, so a total of 10. If you do all the events, I think everybody will get a at least one pull. The second pull, I'm not sure if even farming you're going to be able to get that. I think you will more than likely have to make a purchase to get a second pull. And because of that, one thing I'm going to go ahead and say early is don't use resources. Definitely, just like with any event, I would say save them till the end to see where you're at. But I think with this one, with what I've seen so far with farming and their track record lately, I don't think you need to spend any resources probably in the entire event, because I don't think you're going to get that second pull unless you spend. If you are going to spend, then obviously use whatever you have to do to ensure you get that second pull. Let me know what you think, though. Comment below. Let me hear about your opinion of the tunes, the events in general. How do you think it's going to play out with the ability to farm? Which one of these would you like to get? As always, if you guys enjoy, go ahead and like, and if you're new and you want to see more, please subscribe. See you soon.